my background starts with theater, with experimental theater. And basically, I got like a BA in Colorado University at Denver, in 1978, and in theater and communication. And so I started to do a lot of theater production. And in that, I got a feeling that, but everybody that was coming to see the theater play were just always saying, oh, this, your theater is so visual. I think maybe you should be why don't you try film? And because some of your play, they look like films, and so then little by little I started, and I started to, the experience with the theater, it gave me the confidence to understand that I could, I could direct, and I could be, um, successful in doing it, and so then I translated all the information that I got from directing theater into directing film. I got very fascinated with theater, and I started to do, theater as an actor at the beginning. And somehow then, things progress, and because the place where I was doing my acting was in Rome, Fellini kept on me. Basically, he worked with a lot of people that they were based in Rome, and so somehow I sent him a picture, and then not right away because he wanted to work, give me a little part in Amarcord, but then things didn't work out, and then somehow he kept this picture of mine for like 15 years. And because I really didn't change physically, 15 years after, when he was doing the Ship Sails On, he contacted me again. And by that time, the things went through. And so I got this part of a clairvoyant, in the Ship Sails On of Fellini. And also then he called me the next film that he did the interview. But in the interview, it's almost like, it's like almost an extra, but it was interesting to work with him twice. The artistic birth, it came from basically from my life, in the sense that I'm like 69 right now, no? And when I was 62, kind of very late in life, I met my companion that became my husband, Tom, Lala. And but I got to that really, really, really late. I was like 62 years old. But somehow, because I thought, I was accepting the fact, that maybe, I had some sort of like nice relationship and some nice encounter, but, I really never had met love in my life. And I was already accepting that, and because sometimes, it happened. But then by meeting Tom, I kind of experienced love, and um, and that to me was a very, very beautiful um, moment in my life, like an awakening kind of. And so I decided, well, why don't I try to also um, make a film, that's about love. And so what better than Juliet and Romeo? And also, I also put in the film, because the film is basically gonna be two, um, two moments and two scenes, one from Juliet and Romeo and one from Hamlet and Ophelia. And they're just two specific scenes in which there are like contemplated kind of the, what, what love can, do, in a person's life, and how important love can be, because it's a it's a very strong, powerful element, you know. Anyway, yeah, what happened is that, you know, as you know, like everybody, probably if you're interested in theater, you're gonna see a lot of uh, production of Hamlet. You know, Hamlet is one of the maybe most produced, you know, play, you know, as an English writer. Um, but 3 years ago, I went to see the Royal Shakespeare Company stage production of King Lear. And one thing that surprised me because, you know, like maybe 10 years ago or 15 years ago, most of the people that did, you know, Shakespeare, they were going, thy Lord, why more? I mean, it was a very kind of sometimes complicated to understand the old, the ancient English, you know. And instead, this Royal Shakespeare Company did it in a way that, you know, they used the old Shakespeare English, but they made it very clear for the audience to understand. And then, because this show was done in New York City, in United States, the young actor, some of the young actors that they were doing the smallest part, whenever, you know, they would come on stage, you know, some, they even had like an American accent, you know. So that kind of surprised me, and I thought, wow, look how clever, you know, that modernized use of the old English language. And this, you know, very nice gesture in the sense that because they were in America, in United States, you know, then there were some actor that they had even like an American accent. And I thought, wow, you know, that's like, you see, that's it's interesting, you know, how certain mm, play and certain things, you know, they can, even if they're very, very old, they can be modernized. Because I was also very influenced by Peter Brook, and Peter Brook always said that, you know, when you do theater, you have to do a theater that's like, kind of speak to the moment. You cannot keep doing, you know, things that they're like too ancient, or, you know, the people were not gonna, you know, they will not really understand them, or